Hello and welcome to the program. Rich and Laurie are originally from Chicago and the surrounding suburbs. They relocated to South Florida in 2010, and they have been active in the area, enjoying a climate that allows for more pleasurable year-round recreation and activities. Let's see and/or hear what Rich and Laurie in South Florida have to share with us about where to go and what to do.
All right, hi everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Rich and Laurie podcast and YouTube channel, Rich and Laurie in SouthFlorida.com. I'm Rich.
I must be Laurie.
And she is. Now you know us. Hey, before we start this, you can see that we're in Western attire. There's a reason for this that you'll hear as we start the podcast, but to start off with, I'd like to remind everybody that I'm from the north side of Chicago. I'm a city guy. I was born in the city, and I don't know much about horses, but when I was 9 years old, I was invited to go to a ranch and actually rode a horse. And at 9 years old, I was thrown from that horse. And ever since that day, I've been deathly afraid of these things. But we found this place in Elva, Florida, where we live, called what is this again?
Lee County Posse Arena.
The Lee County Posse Arena. And periodically, often, weeks, we see horse training, kids on horseback.
Yeah, there's a lot of barrel racing and pole bending. The kids at the Lee County Posse Arena is a nonprofit organization that maintains this grounds for not only the kids barrel racing and pole bending, but they also have an annual rodeo, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But it's all done with volunteer labor, and I don't even know where they would make any money.
And these are free events, free admission to the public. And we've been coming out here for, I don't know, it seems like for months. And we watch these kids weekly ride these, what I call huge animals. And they love what they do. And it's so rewarding to watch these kids doing something besides staring at a cell phone or an iPad playing video games. And we love coming out here. I'll be honest with you, I've had tears in my eyes on a number of occasions watching these kids.
Yeah, I've had oh, don't fall.
Yeah, well, you've actually had more experience with horses than I've ever had.
Yeah, I've never barrel raced or even barrel walked.
And to see these little kids as old as, 9 years old, 10 years old, up on top of these huge animals, riding them around. Well, you'll see in some of the videos we're showing.
What's your favorite part about the barrel racing?
I don't know. Every time I watch it, I just relate to these people, these humans that are on these animals being just kids. And I think about back what I was doing when I was a kid. I certainly wasn't riding horses. We used to spend our time in the neighborhood. I guess if you watch the movie Diner, I can relate to everybody in that movie because it seems like me when I watch it. But I think that's what I like best, is the realization that these are just kids.
Well, there's lots of places to watch these events, and I made a list of them. The Lee County Posse Arena, which is this place, and the address is down below. You can see it at the end of this YouTube video, and on the description of the YouTube, we'll have links to all this stuff. But here they have it the first Friday of the month. They have the Lee County Posse has barrel racing here the Friday of the month, and I think it starts at 8 o'clock. The gates open at 6, and they have what's called an expedition exhibits, where people who are just getting their horses used to running barrels can join the exhibit part of the barrel racing. And the fee is less to get in, and there's less stress about trying to be competing with some of the people who are more experienced. So then the actual show starts at 8 o'clock. And a lot of times they have hamburgers and hot dogs in here for things.
Yeah, I guess they use that money. They raise these additional funds from the food, which, by the way, the hamburgers and hot dogs are pretty good. Especially at 8 o'clock when you're out here in the wide open spaces under the stars watching these kids. They use that money, I guess, as fundraising to support some of their efforts. So
yeah, to support this fairgrounds, I think.
Yeah, the fairgrounds. And as we sit here now, you can see our background, but as we look in the foreground, they're redoing the bleachers here for a rodeo that's coming up that Laurie will tell you about in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So there's the Posse Arena that hosts a lot of events, and then there's the Lee County Junior Posse. And they have a show coming up December 12th, and they have the exhibition start at 9, and the show starts at 11. And I think that's probably younger kids. I'm not really quite sure. And then the third event that takes here on a regular basis is a competition for the Regional National Barrel Horse Association. So it would be the Florida District 10 that competes here. So, I mean, it seems like at least 4 or 5 times a month there's an opportunity to come and watch the kids.
Yeah, and again, this is all free. And instead of sitting home watching television, come out here and watch these kids. In fact, say hi to us. We'll be out here. We might not, or we may be dressed the way we are today. I think we might be, because you certainly fit in out here. But there's also a couple of kids that we met along with their parents who participate in this, and they have a 50-50 raffle, again, to raise some money. So there's all kinds of ways to contribute, or you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's just a great night out.
The last time we were here, we asked one of the barrel racing moms, what's it like to be a mom of a kid who barrel races? And let's share with you that little story at this time.
Yeah.
Hey Carla, nice to meet you. I understand you have kids or kids in rodeo and barrel racing?
Yep, we do. My daughter Hannah does barrel racing. We started probably 5 years ago. It's the best thing we've ever done.
Wow.
It really is good for the kids. It teaches them hard work and dedication and what it feels like to win and lose. And it's really a great group of people out here. Everybody supports each other. So it's one of our favorite things to do with the kids.
Yeah, it seems like a really nice little family arena. We like coming out and doing the raffles and buying food. And...
Yes, yeah. And what's great too is you can come watch anytime. It's usually free unless you do the Cracker Day Rodeo and stuff, but you can just go on Facebook page Lee County Posse and hit events and it will show you what's going on out here.
Does it help the kids when there's people cheering in the audience?
Oh yeah, and my daughter said she doesn't hear us, but I feel good cheering.
Yeah.
I pray and cheer.
Yeah. Did you used to ride yourself?
No, and I have a little healthy fear towards those animals, but I'm here to be her big supporter. She's getting ready to maybe go off to college, so we're deciding what to do. But
great. Well, thank you. We hope to get a lot more people watching in the stands.
Yeah, it's a great organization that definitely helps support the kids. So.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you. That was awesome. Geez,
wow.
And that's one of the moms, strangely enough, she's from Illinois. We could relate to that. I was kind of surprised to hear that. She's kind of fitting in with the accent and everything here. But
I can't imagine being a mom and having your kid on the horse and managing the horse when you're also slightly afraid or have a huge respect for them. It's just got to be even more scary. But
yeah, she said she doesn't like them either. She's a little afraid of them. And as an adult, she was out here watching her kids. And as you said, that's kind of scary. I wouldn't want to watch my kids riding these things. I don't know if I could.
Yeah, the big event that's coming up here is the 61st Annual Cracker Day Rodeo. It's in January. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday night on the 28th, the youth rodeo starts at 6. And on Saturday and Sunday, the regular rodeo starts at 6. And it's like $25 for adults, and they have kids' prices and parking. But as you can see, the money goes to keep this place going, and I think it's well worth the price of admission. I mean, wouldn't you rather have your neighbor kids or the people who live in your community out here riding horses than racing up and down in your streets and, doing kinds of nefarious things?
Crazy. Nefarious?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a word for a Sunday.
Yeah.
Nefarious. Where's my thesaurus?
So how about the other place that we've been to twice now where we saw a big time rodeo?
Yeah, we drove to Arcadia, which is about an hour ride from here, and we went to an international rodeo there, which was unbelievable. Here's some videos and pictures throughout our talk here about some of the things we saw. But bull riding, I mean, to watch these, I'm going to say kids again, because the ones we saw were in their early 20s, to get them themselves geared up to ride these bulls, to put on these pads and the boots and the gloves that they have to have, and they had neck braces and face masks. I mean, these animals are just, it's like riding a dump truck. These things are just unbelievable, and these guys and girls get on them and ride them, and the objective is to stay on it for 8 seconds. I can't even look at it for 8 seconds, let alone ride it for 8 seconds.
We got to watch what the process is that they go through prior to getting on. We were watching them stretch, and some of them looked like they meditated. Some were doing jumping jacks and putting on all their gear. We had a really close, nice seat to them.
And taking on this interest of rodeos. What was that TV show that we watched? I hate to put you on
How
the
to Be
spot.
a Cowboy.
How to Be a Cowboy.
On
That's on Netflix. Take a look at that if you would.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good, and it gives you an inside look on what these kids do. And it was amazing to me to find out that at a rodeo like Arcadia, these participants, they ride in or drive in. They're there long enough to change clothes, to do their thing by riding the bull. After it's over with, or they win or lose, they get back and take off all of their gear and they leave. They go home. That's all they do. And some of them make, I'll say, huge amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars for riding these things. So while the reward is there, the risk is just too much for me, but I really appreciate watching them.
Yeah. How about the mutton busting with the kids? These kids climb on the sheep.
Yeah, that's something you have to see. The parents put their kids on these sheep, and the kids lean over and they grab into as much hair and skin as they can, and they let this little thing start running. There's a couple of videos of that too, but that's really cute. We look forward to seeing that at the rodeos.
Yeah, there was some really good and some really fast barrel racers, and I know that a few of the people from the area, I believe the people from Lahan Market, you can see their sign over there, which is our new favorite grocery store, Lawhon. I believe they had a daughter that is going to or had gone recently to some upper limits in barrel racing competition too. So that's awesome.
Hey, before we get to mention, you know, we're kind of out of character here, if you will, from our last episodes, but we've dressed for the occasion. Do us a favor and hit the subscribe button down below if you want to get advised when we're coming up with these videos. There's also a little bell. You can click that, and you'll get an automatic notification that we've produced another video. So if you do that, we appreciate it.
Yeah, and a lot of you, I'm sure, who live in this area have never stopped at the Western store because you don't have horses. But they have some really cool clothes. They're right on Route 80 as you're heading to downtown Fort Myers on the south side of the road. They have some really, really nice clothes. And doesn't he look dashing in that hat?
Dashing. That's another word for a Sunday. Dashing. Where's that thesaurus?
Well, they have bronc riding. So we have bull riding and bronc riding. And bronc riding is a horse back riding. And then bull is a bull riding.
And bronc riding is with a saddle, right? They had saddles.
I don't remember if they had a saddle for them, to just some really small one to hold on to, like a little shoehorn kind of thing. Yeah, and then they had a cowboy clown. That was cool. He's
a clown, and he's a character. And he's got great patter with the audience, but boy, he's a professional. And if you watch him work with not only the animals, but in the barrels to distract the animals from the cowboys when they fall off the bull, these clowns are, I don't know
Safety.
if it's not an appropriate name. They're really not clowns. They're just humorous people that keep this event safe.
Yeah, they definitely distract the bulls and stuff from running over them.
That's no bull.
They had a drill team. That was cool. The horses doing figure eights and all kinds of patterns.
I don't know, when you watch them, you asked me what I like best about this. It's those types of things. It's the choreography that goes into this. It's the training to teach those animals to do what they do. It's the discipline that the riders have to do this every week. And we watch them in these events, but I'm sure they're practicing all week long.
They are. If you drive around the countryside here and you see 3 barrels lined up in a triangle out in the field, there's probably somebody practicing barrel racing.
Yeah, for sure. And as a matter of fact, as we sit here in our background, kind of off camera, they've got a couple of horses out here now that they're going to exercise and work with. So I don't mean we have to rush, but they're working out here and practicing today.
Yeah. Some of the places, a couple other places that we haven't been able to make it to yet that are in the area that I would want to check out is there's the Sweet Cypress Ranch Arena in Labelle. They have shows almost as often as this one. I just get too lazy to drive that way at night. And it's like, you're sitting on the couch watching How to Be a Cowboy and you want to get in your car and drive to Labelle, which is really only 25 minutes.
Yeah, this is so much closer though. I don't think we've missed one here.
No.
At this arena, we make them all.
Not since we've been here. We probably really stand out too as being one of the only River Hall people. I don't think we see anybody here supporting this in the community, which is really sad.
Yeah, I don't think they know about it though.
Right.
I hope this message gets out to enough of them, and you share this video and let people know that this exists out here, because we just love it.
Yeah. Then there's a PG Performance Horses. I'm sure most of you are familiar with 31 Produce. There's an arena that's privately owned, I'm sure, that's behind the 31 Produce, but just a few weeks ago they had like a different kind of horse show, lead line, and not a speed show. Barrel racing and pole bending are called speed shows. This was more of a Western show. We weren't able to make it that day, but we'll be keeping watch for the next one. And then the Lee County Fair has 4 horse days.
Yeah, we've not been to the fair yet. It's coming up in January, am I right?
February 26th.
February 26th.
It starts on the 24th, but the first horse event is on the 26th. There's a performance horse show. March 3rd, there's a horse costume contest, and on March 4th and 5th, there's horse speed show and a fun horse show.
And that's at the Lee County Convention Center, this arena, whatever you call it. I think it's more of a convention
Civic
center.
Center.
Civic Center.
Yes.
Lee County Civic Center.
Which again is 10 minutes from our house.
Yeah, and it's going to be 10 days long.
Yeah.
Fairs
I can't
are
wait.
great. We did a few of them in Illinois and the popular Wisconsin fair. We've been there a lot, but this is going to be new to us again. This will be our first fair in our new area here.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
We hope you subscribe. We have some ideas for our next YouTube and podcast coming up.
Yeah, just hit that button.
If you have ideas that you want us to explore, just send us an email.
All right.
Until next time.
Yeah, thanks so much. We had a great time. We hope to see you out here. If you do, we'll be dressed in hats and the garb. Come up, introduce yourselves. We live in Cascades in River Hall, and I think that'll do it. What do you think?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Thank you for watching and/or listening to Rich and Laurie in South Florida. We hope you have enjoyed the program and that you will come back for the next episode to learn more about where to go and what to do when your travels bring you to tropical South Florida. If you would like to sponsor this program and get special attention on your place of business, you can contact Rich and Laurie in South Florida at 630-642-6500. That's 630-642-6500.